as we've got a game that possibly could end up being even more important for us, and that is the FA Cup second preliminary before something round. Basically, we have to win today, because that's what the board expect.
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sunshine on Leyth. If you're still enjoying it, drop a like on the video, that really does help out the channel. So today we're going to be jumping straight into a game against Glossop at home, our first home game. So I feel like we'll get better luck in the home games really, because the balls over the top should be more effective, because that's not where we scored our goals from in the Loughborough match. You might notice as well that Loughborough are playing Blackhaven today, so we'll see how they get on. That might be a good test to see how we match up in the long run. I can't be driving halfway across the country, or just change your name to Dominic Cummings. Topical, and I love that more than one person made that joke. Naming this series is the proudest moment of my life. I can't wait for this story to unfold. Yes, massive shout out to Bevloy, who on stream about 7 or 8 weeks ago just posited the name potentially for this series, and I never came up with anything better, so we just went with Sunshine on Leyth. You need to come up with a name for the derby with Blackhaven, like how Classico is for Barca and Real Madrid, or Der Klassiker is for Bayern and Dortmund. Yes, throwing that one out there to the comments. What do you think the derby should be called? Because that's going to be coming up in a couple of episodes, and I can't wait, but we need a great name for it before then, so drop your answers in the comments. £9 a week. I hope the player is living with his mum. Would be better off working in a Sports Direct warehouse. Yeah, well, we don't pay much. We don't, unless you're Ben Mills. Right, let's go straight into the game. We've obviously had no chance to really do anything. I am looking at a couple more loan signings potentially, but that'll probably come later in the episode. We'll kind of just go straight out and do the same thing again, in theory, unless they play a totally different shape, which they're bound to. So, obviously we can't play the exact same shape because Maxfield is well, suspended and probably knackered too. So let's see what they want us to do. Is that really the best we've got in left back? Yeah, Orm isn't fully fit, and neither is Van Ommeren just yet. Rob Toomey surely could play at left back, and then we'll have someone else at right back. I genuinely feel like that might be a better approach to put Martin Smith at right back and just have Abubakar slightly better in the middle there. I'm going to give Brave Boy a chance today because we just need to find out who. I want to obviously go with Ben Mills, but I want to find out who's actually going to be partnering him, quite frankly. And at the moment, it's up in the air. One of the downsides of playing at this level is we only have a 5-man bench, so we've got really small options. So we're going to go with Van Ommeren, the youngster, Gray, Popple, Marshall, and Orm, since these guys are coming back to fitness now and should at least give us some more defensive stability, you'd hope. I'm just going to keep rotating strikers around next to Ben Mills just to see if anyone takes their chance, really. Still not entirely sure about this tactical shape at the moment. I'll give it 5 games and see how we're doing, but we have won at least a match so far, but that could have been a fluke. Like, if we're still looking solid after 5 games, then what I'll probably do is sort of get this shape then set in and be like, this is kind of what I want to do, and then start looking at maybe moving stuff around with the roles and, more importantly, the actual individual instructions on the players, because I think there might be a few things we could do to make this slightly better overall. But we'll see how we do today. Murphy with a great bit of play there. Can he get the ball in behind for Ben Mills? He does. Mills has got loads of room. He's gone too wide. He's never going to get the shot in from there, and he does get the shot in, but Latham is able to make the stop. A very, very good start for us there, though, breaking in behind, getting in on them nice and tight. It's what I wanted. But winning the ball off them high up the pitch is very much a good sign. Murphy with the corner to whip it in. And Abubakar puts it in the back of the net. Emmanuel Boubacar, after 2 minutes. His first proper start, this time at centre-back, because he's got that added height, has given us the lead here against Glossop. Okay, maybe there's something. Admittedly, this is from a set piece as well, but you've got to make the most of set pieces in the lower league. He's got that height to get in there and get a lovely little flick on header into the bottom corner. Perfect. It's a very good start, and Blackhaven take the lead through Adam Jeffs early on against Loughborough, and Abubakar was nearly in there again. It's cleared. It's... Oh. We are very much seeding the midfield, but at least we're not committing as many fouls as we were in the last game. I don't know why, but we're just not. Murphy, long ranger, and it's off the crossbar. There we go, get Jones, and here's Mills. This is where he needs to make that run. He just hasn't. But Brave Boy has. Lyddon Brave Boy's in. Can he finish? And he has. He's offside. Lyddon Brave Boy, but he finished the goal. That's the... My God. Now he runs. Now he runs. That must have been pretty damn close, but Jones just looks up, and Brave Boy is... Oh, no, he is offside. Lovely ball through from Jones, though. But the key thing for me, though, is that Brave Boy was actually able to put this in the net. It's a good sign. Murphy to whip one. And to the back post, and it's flicked over by Brave Boy, I think, gets the header. But you can see what I mean about the depth at home. Are we going to get another red card? Oh, you're joking. We are properly shithousing, aren't we? Jesus. Right. Was that the... I swear to God, Maxfield got sent off in the 31st minute of the last game, and now it's happened in the exact same style. Ball in, headed away, but Brave Boy's got it as a poor bit of play, but it doesn't matter because Tyler Walker's got it, and Ben Mills is making the run, and he's found him. Oh, no, not Ben. It's Popple. Popple's through. Oh, big save from the goalkeeper as Popple nearly had a chance to give us a second goal there. That would have been massive. Well, that was somewhat deja vu. 1-0 up in the first half from an early goal and a red card in the 30th or so minute, but a much, much stronger first half performance, I've got to say. But it could very much all go to shit. But we look pretty good chance creation-wise. We're not giving up much. I mean, obviously, because we were on get stuck in, we're probably going to concede a lot of fouls, and maybe that's something we could look to turn off, to be honest. Okay, change is definitely afoot. Ben Mills has actually had quite a poor day today, so maybe now would be the time to... Then again, no, I don't think we can afford to take him off no matter how poor he's playing. We're going to get Liam Marshall on instead. It's unlikely we're going to be able to keep pace with them for very long, but we're at least giving it a good go. Looking like potentially back-to-back wins to start the season. Elderkin. Marshall flicks it down for Mills. This is what we want. Win that ball, rip it on the side for Marshall. One touch to set himself. And it's in the back of the net. Liam Marshall scores for Whitport. It's 2-0. Ben Mills. That's the kind of goal that we were seeing in pre-season, where you'd get it up to one striker, he would knock it down for the second one, and then they would play it forward. That header there is so important, but look at this ball around the corner from Ben Mills. He just makes the run at the right moment, round the side for Liam Marshall, and it's now 2-0 to Whitport Athletic, and Marshall has come off the bench, and immediately, I mean, he started the last game, and he's done well there, frankly. We're down to 10 men, remember? Ball in, and it's in the back of the net, and Abubakar's made it 3, just out of nowhere. We're back onto the top of the league as well, and Glossop don't know what's hit him. We've got 10 men. Abubakar's grabbed himself a couple of goals from corners. This is the lower leagues, I suppose. Lovely ball in from Popple. Keeper probably could have done better there. Round the side for Ellis. We've not even conceded a goal yet, although this looks like it's about to be... Koulibaly hits the crossbar. Wow, what a chance for Glossop that was. That should have been 1-0. Oh, not 1-0, 3-1. Push out to him. Round the side for Koulibaly on the other side this time. Whips it across. And oh, poor. The keeper should have come for that. Niall Ellis grabs a goal back there for Glossop. A deserved goal. They really have thrown everything at us in the late stages here, but I think the keeper could have done a lot better with this one. We've just pushed out a little too quickly there, and huge space on the side for Bakary Koulibaly, but this is basically in front of the goalkeeper. He probably should be doing something about that one, I'm going to be honest. But nevertheless, it seems we are actually going to maintain ourselves at the top unless they score another one and it's wide. Popple could get this. Surely this is game over now. And Kelly picks it. Not Kelly. There we go. Whitport 3, Glossop 1. A very good performance to start off today's episode. We are technically top because Blackhaven's, well, we got better goals scored so far, which is a good sign. Annoying to concede the goal that we did, but Emmanuel Abubakar with a brace. That's what we like to see. Right, off-camera games, and then we'll be back in a moment. Right then, we're back. It did no go so well away at Stocksbridge. It's one of those games where I think, honestly, us even being as close to this one as we were is very unfortunate for them, to be honest. Like, we took an early goal with a lovely little ball through from Dean Noakes, who I'll show you guys in a minute. Slipped it through, and Ben Mills was able to dispatch for, I think that might be his first ever goal for the club in a professional match. Well, not professional match, in a proper league game. But unfortunately, then Jack Leask scored an absolutely thunderous strike in the 19th minute to give them a nice equaliser. They then scored a lovely cross with Lee Thompson, got a penalty, scored it. We did get a late penalty back, which of course Ben Mills dispatched, though. Good performance from him, but overall, just not great. Still committing too many fouls. So I have decided to turn off Get Stuck In because it's just costing us too much in matches. And we then went into a very, very poor match at home against Leek Town. Failed to muster a shot on target. Less fouls in this one, but nobody really put in a good performance. The injuries, the fact that there's a lot of fixtures at the moment, which will settle down because it is only a 38-game season, but there's a lot of fixtures currently, is definitely costing us. But Leek Town are right up there in the league. So come the end of the season, a point at home against Leek might not actually be the worst result in the world. But then lastly, we travelled away to Stamford and actually played not quite as bad in this one, to be honest. They scored a couple of goals in the first half, and we got a lot better in the second half, started to knock the ball around a little bit more, create some opportunities for Ben Mills. And unfortunately, even with Get Stuck In off, we still committed a lot of fouls in this match. And then Richard Popple was sent off for a straight red in the 86th minute. The third straight red we've had in 5 league matches. And that was without Get Stuck In on. He just decided to go through them. And we got a lot of suspensions as a result of that. So we're going to have to turn Get Stuck In off because it's just going to cost us too many players in the long run this season, you know? That leaves the league looking like this. We're currently 11th. 7 points on the board so far. 7 goals scored, 6 conceded. It's not great from us, but then again, remember, I still just wanted to survive. We're 6 points above the drop zone thanks to those 2 early victories in this season. Blackhaven currently top of the league. They have lost a game though. They were beaten by Glossop of all people. They scored 2 late ones to turn it around against them. However, it does seem that the 2 teams that we have beat this year, Loughborough, who are currently winless, and Glossop, who only have 1 victory, it does seem that we actually played against 2 of the poorer sides. Still, good results, but I think there's a lot of work still to be done as Blackhaven really are starting to stretch their legs. They've pulled in a couple of signings on free transfers, able to offer them money. You can see that Nick Sandy is absolutely smashing things for them. Gourlay's doing a great job of providing assists too. They really do have a system that works, and we're starting to drift away. I thought we could keep pace with them for a little bit. I was wrong. Which is why we're going to take a nice break from the league today, as we've got a game that possibly could end up being even more important for us, and that is the FA Cup second preliminary before something round. Basically, we have to win today because that's what the board expect. And just to very quickly show you, I got Dean Noakes on loan from Histon. He can play as our secondary striker now because he's better than any of the other guys we've got. Hasn't exactly covered himself in glory so far, but he did provide a nice assist for Mills. We've also, just as of today, got Callum Moles on loan from Hemel Hempstead. Terrible heading, but he is very tall, has good marking and decent marking and excellent tackling for this level. So he can give us at least some options in the centre of defence, as well as potentially can play further forward too, which is the main reason I was interested. And finally, we've also got Luke Burgess on loan from Leyston. Decent-ish heading, solid-ish tackling, decently tall, but not the fastest. But he's got good jumping reach, which will help us a little bit. But it just gives us some extra bolstering in that area. And of course, a lot of these players are low current ability, high potential, but with the right amount of games over the course of the season, you'd expect to see some of these guys really start to flourish, which is why I want to make sure that we give some of our guys a run as well. So the only real change that I've made so far is to turn Get Stuck In off, but you can see who are really lacking fitness now because we've got so many matches at the moment, and that's a real problem for us, but it should start to even out. You would hope so anyway. But let's just see who's even available here right now. I mean, it's not great, is it? Abubakar can play left back, but at least we can bring both of these guys in today. Elderkin there, it's not too bad. Tyler Walker and Adam Jones are both back, though, although Walker's not particularly brilliant. We had to play Michael Jones there in the last game. I do want to find another left-sided midfielder to bring in and have backup to Tyler Walker because he picked up a slight injury, and that's kept him out. So the bench, we're going to go with Van Ommeren, French, Calder, although we're still looking at potentially moving in Marshall, Orm, Murphy, and Lewis Walker, who is another young striker that's come in. He's not great. He's not as good as Adam Noakes. Sorry, not Adam Noakes, Dean Noakes. So we'll see how we do with Get Stuck In. We can always turn it back on again if we feel like it's affecting us too much, but it's really hard to tell at this point whether like the tactic is working or not, because I really don't know where we actually line up in this league as far as quality in certain positions goes, you know? This is huge, genuinely. Like, I've liked some of the things Dean Noakes has done, but he's not performed well when put in front of goal, unfortunately, which is an issue. I'm just hoping that having the quality back of Jones could help us a lot. They're not doing well in their league either, which could at least give us some potential cause for performance. Come on, lads. This is a big time for us. We need to go out here and get the victory. We are away from home, which is a bit concerning, but we have won away this season. In fact, our first game of the year. Wow, a highlight. It's only taken 38 minutes for there to be a highlight in this match. That's concerning a little bit. Got to get across there. He's got a lot of work to do here, so just don't let him get that ball into the box. Reasonably good defending, actually, but there could still be more to come. First highlight of the match. Cotton's in. And a great save from O'Donovan, and he can't quite keep it out from going out for a corner, but at least we survived that early, well, I say early, 39th minute onslaught. It's not been great, but I think we may have to go back to Get Stuck In because we're still committing loads of fouls now. And it's just not working for us, and maybe that's quite important for this sort of high press. Jones now to bring it away. He's going to get tackled, though. Yes, although, no, it's gone out of play. Does really well there, and he's got to do well here, and he doesn't. It's too wide, and it's brought back. Cleared away again. Okay, we're under pressure here from Yaxley. We're starting to struggle a little bit at the moment. Ooh, maybe on the stroke of half-time. If Toomey can just nick one in behind here for Ben Mills. He's through! Oh, and it's a good save from Butcher, but a good opportunity there for Mills, and he should have maybe done better there. But 0-0 at half-time. It's not the end of the world, but I really don't want to replay. Blackhaven United 2-0 up in their FA Cup tie against Tottenham with Sinclair and, of course, Nick Sandy. I think if we're going to play this style, we've just kind of accept that we're going to concede red cards occasionally, although 3 in 5 games is a bit much. But I'm sure we've got to do something more going forward. Maybe focus down the right and left as well. Maybe turn one of the box on. I don't know, because we're getting a bit of possession, but we're not doing a lot with it, because maybe we're forcing it a bit too much. So if we can do something a little bit better in the second half, at least we've kept it to 0-0 for now, but they certainly seem to be the team in the ascendancy right now. Despite that, though, they haven't actually created any direct chances so far, which is, I guess, a good sign. We won a free kick, at least. Oh, it's a red card for Bruley. Here we go. This time it wasn't us getting a red card. Wow. Right, now we're going to have to go down the side. There's no way. We've got to go more attacking as well, and more wide play. It bounced over the top of the goalkeeper. Round the side for Jones. He's got to shoot. He has to shoot, and he smashes it in the back of the net. Yaxley 0, Whitport Athletic 1, and it's Adam Jones. He's only played, I think, 2 games for us, maybe 3 now in total, but he has scored again. Ben Elderkin, which is a brilliant name. I mean, this actually bounces all the way through, and they somehow get this away, but really nice work from Elderkin. Just holds the ball up, whips it around the corner for Adam Jones, and they just don't get out to him. He's got plenty of time, but that being said, he still takes that on very, very early and smashes it into the near post. Yaxley 0, Whitport 1, that's what we need. Come on. Really good news, Jones's ball in. Burgess heads over the bar. Okay, I don't know if we really improved in the second half or not, but okay, so Tyler Walker is knackered. I know we've got really no one that can come on there, but Andre Calder could at least do something. Maybe play him as like an inverted winger, because he's right-footed. We've got the lead. This was unexpected, but then they are down to 10 men, I suppose. Let's just see if we can make this count. I think we've definitely improved in the second half. It's just by how much. Oh, Mills, here we go. He's got to make the run. Noakes is in. I don't think he's going to get the shot away. He is, though. Brilliant block in the end of it, though. We've got 4 players back. We should be able to deal with this relatively comfortably. Oh, that's actually not a bad bit of play. And win it, no. Walmsley's in again. O'Donovan, and he smashed it wide. 1 minute to go. Win that header. Moles does well. Grace picked it up. Oh, no. There was a chance for him to put that ball through, and he just doesn't do it. He just diddles a little bit. Diddles? He just dawdles on the ball a bit too much there. Great. Oh, well played. Here we go. Chance now. Somebody make the run for him, please. Sure, that'll do. Not really what I wanted, but it'll have to survive. It's all the way through for Noakes, and he's put it over the crossbar. Oh, that should have been it, but that might well still be enough for us if we can just get out there. But Noakes has to score there. The ball has just fallen onto his lap practically, but Orm's picked it up, and that should do it for us. Just knock this round the side. That's poor. but it looks like it is going to be enough. Yaxley 0, Whitport Athletic 1, and we are through in the FA Cup. Much better performance in the second half. Admittedly, the red card certainly helped with that, but a lovely goal from Adam Jones gives us another victory, but a really important one. The money will be helpful, as will we getting through so that the board don't sack me. You know how it goes. Well, we got £3,000 for winning that round, which is super important for us, just keeping the money ticking over. If we can get maybe one more round in the FA Cup, that could really help us out come the end of the season in terms of money. So, there we go. We've managed to come up with a good win in the Cup, a really important one. I'm trying to think what really worked well in the second half of that match. Other than put and get stuck back in on. I mean, we conceded a lot of yellow cards, did we not? Actually, it wasn't too bad. Was it work ball into the box that did it? I don't know, that could have just been because they were down to 10 men. Who actually knows? So, of course, tomorrow's episode, we'll be starting off away at Worksop Town in the league as we try to go and grab ourselves yet another midweek game. Good lord. I hope they seem to ease up around October kind of time, thank goodness for that. Because we are going to get knackered if we don't sign a few more players, which we'll generally try and do. Get some on the left-hand side, potentially. And then I'm not entirely sure. We might actually do, once again, the FA Cup first qualifying round in that one too, because that's going to be a massive game against probably quite a good side. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you have, drop a like on the video, that would be tremendous. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that would be awesome too. I also stream on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes at the weekend as well. So go follow there too. And yeah, as always, hold your gun, capybara. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.